What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Totally Rad Reselling, and today I am on a day off from work and I'm gonna head to as many towns as I can in the near area, go to some charity shops. So today has started off slowly. I got home from work really late last night. I had 13 parcels to pack from the weekend sales, so it's now gone midday. I don't even know what time it is, so definitely getting out a lot later than I would have liked to. I had a bit of a plan for today, but that's not going to work now, so I'm going to go to some different places. I'm just going to get in the car and start driving, and I'll probably end up in some of the local towns I normally check out on a day off. But yeah, we'll see what we get. Hopefully there'll be some good stuff. Charity shops have been getting a little bit harder to source from lately. Prices going up. Some of the towns I might go to today have not been as good as they used to be for me. So we'll see what we find. And yeah, hopefully the day will go well. So yeah, these are the parcels I was packing. 13 in total, was one big one in that rucksack and then all that lot too. Normally I'd go to the post office first, but as I'm so late, we're going to hit the charity shops first and then do the posting later. Okay, so I've decided to come to Sudbury, just purely because it's easier to go to Sudbury, then come back through Housestead, stop there, which Housestead used to be my go-to place to get good stuff, but lately it's just, I just don't find hardly anything there anymore. Overpriced maybe for reselling purposes. So we'll go there anyway because we've got to drive through, and then if we have time I will try and hit some in my hometown too. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Gonna park up. I've parked up in Roy's, which is this 80s looking supermarket. Looks like it's literally stuck in the 80s. I think I showed that in a previous video. We'll see what we get. Okay, so the first charity shop I went in Sudbury was the RSPCA. Bit of a bust, some really expensive stuff like an Umbro coat, 10 quid. Reebok shorts were really expensive. Nothing really other than those items in there that would have even interested me, but they weren't for me. So then I went into what is generally quite an expensive charity shop for most people in most towns, British Heart Foundation. I picked up 2 items in there which I bought. One of them, I'm not sure why I got this. I somewhat regretted it after buying it, but you know, again, this is kind of a research thing. So first one, we'll talk about that one, is this top. This is a Izod polo. It's got quite like a low neck. I believe it looks like it's, well, it's really small. I think it's a ladies. I'm pretty sure Izod's a golf brand. So I think this is a ladies golfing sort of top. It only cost £2.79. So that's the reason I kind of picked it up. I don't know any real estimate of what I'll get back from this, but I wouldn't think I'd get anything less than £15 back for it. So that's what we'll go with for the estimate. It's a little bit, you got a little hit down there of the branding of Izod, but other than that, it doesn't really have much else in the way of branding. In that same shop, the other thing I picked up is probably a personal keep, so it's less of a risk. I may well sell it, I'm not certain yet. It is an Animal, with the brand Animal, like a surfing brand sort of thing. T-shirt. It's kind of like a skeleton fish merman type deal.
I hate this channel.
No! No!
I don't really know, to be honest, but it just intrigued me. Size medium, and it cost £3.50. So £3.50 is probably on the higher end of what I'd want to pay for a t-shirt. Good brand though. I've sold during the summer. Summer's coming to an end now, but during the summer I've sold quite a lot of Animal, O'Neill, Billabong, Quicksilver, all those sorts of brands. They've been quite popular this year, so I thought I can keep that worst case. It's size it's going to fit me. So yeah, not too much risk in there. Probably looking at about £15 again for resale. Next up was I believe Each. They had one thing for me really in there. I almost picked up something else, but I didn't. But yeah, it was this. It's England rugby top, made by Canterbury. So they're not Canterbury don't supply their kits anymore. I think it's Umbro now. So this is quite a recent one. I'm pretty sure it's a training kit. I just really like the colour and the pattern on that. And again, I mean, I'm not a rugby fan, but I'd probably wear that. My size, I like the colours. Again, it's the worst case, I'd keep it and wear it. Cost me £5. With rugby wear, I've had quite a lot of England rugby wear recently. I've had some Canterbury, sold it. Had some older stuff like Nike, sold it. Really popular, even the training shirts and kits. So I'd at least be looking for somewhere between 20 and 25 for that. Quite possible I'll get that, I think. Next shop was, I believe, PDSA. So there was other shops that I went in. A lot of them, if I didn't show any footage, but because there was literally nothing in there of any interest. Even if there was stuff in there that was too expensive, some of these shops had absolutely nothing that would be ever any interest to you guys, so I didn't show the footage. But in this one, there was one thing that I found, and it was this. Now this, I found very interesting. So you might look at it and think that is a plain white polo. It's massive, isn't it, as well? Jesus. Can't remember what size this was. Large, apparently. So this is American. American sizes is going to be a bit bigger. This is huge. This swamps me. So the reason I picked this up, instantly was intrigued by the logo here, which was Sky Screamer, a Sky Coaster experience. Now, ring the bell, Sky Coaster, I thought that was the place in Las Vegas. And I think I'm right. So the tag is made exclusively by MGM Grand, which obviously is a casino slash hotel in Las Vegas. I then spotted the hit on the arm as well, MGM Grand, and then looked at the label further and it says 1993. So vintage. We're talking that's 29 years old. So I thought I'm going to give it a chance. It was only £2.99. Vintage MGM Grand t-shirt polo. Now this will probably be interesting for two kinds of people: your vintage clothing collectors and potentially someone who went to this hotel or went to this and rode the Sky Coaster or whatever at any point, but maybe specifically around in the 90s, might want to buy this. I don't know value for this one because obviously it's quite a unique piece. I'm probably going to, it's going on there for at least 25, maybe 30, and we'll see what we get back for it. Maybe on further research it might be more, I don't know, but that's kind of the figure I've got in my mind at the moment that I'm going to kind of push for at the moment. Next one that we bought something from was Cancer Research. So grabbed these K-Swiss. Now she's took the price out of these, so I can't remember how much I paid for them. I think it was £5. They're very sort of bog standard, very plain, just white K-Swiss trainers. Very nice condition on the inside. Barely been worn, I think, really. A little bit of sort of superficial dirt on them. Clean off nice and easy. K-Swiss is one of those brands I quite like. They're a bit hit and miss when it comes to reselling. Now, I've had some pairs that have just sat on my store for ages. Others that have flown out the door. So you just never know with this brand. But at £5, that's way more than I'm going to get trainers off of Vinted for. I was quite happy to pay £5 for them and see what goes on with them. Probably around £20, I reckon, for them in return. Right. So the last shop that I actually bought something from in Sudbury was the Wood Green charity shop. So that's often quite expensive. Things are priced up, and again today things were priced up. I found these really cool golf shorts you might have seen in the footage. They were £8 each. That's actually what they sell for new. So I don't know what they were thinking about with those prices, because I did look at them up in the shop. But I found something that I do like to sell, I do enjoy to sell and enjoy to find, and it is Adidas track jackets. This one is a hoodie. I have sold this exact same model and colour of track jacket very recently. and I believe I sold it for around £30. I think it's quite a nice sort of popular colour. The big Adidas trefoil logo there. It's even got the zip. It's even got the little the trefoil. Paid £8 for that, so maybe paying up a little bit for it, but good sellers. I love getting Adidas track jackets and stuff on my store. Always, if you're not aware, always with Adidas, check this little code tags in there. This one was made in 2011, so you can tell that from this bit here. So it was July 2011 it was made. This code here, if you put it into Google, I normally just put Adidas and then the code. It will bring up what the item is, and it should tell you that that is a legit item if the correct item comes up. Size medium. So again, £8, paying up, but this is again going to fit me perfectly. So worst case scenario is I keep that. Winter is coming. Well, autumn's coming, then winter. Okay, so back in the car. Not a great deal today here. Like I said, charity shops are getting way more difficult to find good stuff, or you find good stuff and it's just overpriced for a resale. So we've got a few bits, just like at the minute I'm finding charity shops are kind of just, every now and then you will find something amazing or a banger. I found like one, what I would class as a pretty decent thing, but everything that I picked up there in Sudbury is just bread and butter stuff. I'm finding myself using Vinted a hell of a lot more to find specific stuff, i.e. trainers, which is one of the biggest things I sell. I'm using Vinted to find some really good stuff at a reasonable price, but I've been selling quite a lot of trainers for pretty big money, big profits using Vinted. So Vinted now is becoming almost my main source of sourcing, and the charity shops are becoming less so, just for the bread and butter stuff, just stuff to keep having enough stuff to list and tick over on the store. So I really need to start hitting boot sales, but with my job it's just really not that possible with my sort of life, with my job, balancing family and my son's time with my son. Boot sales are difficult, but I need to try and maybe look at getting some of them. But I haven't decided if I'm going to stop in Houston on the way home or not, because time is ticking along. I've got so much to do, but I don't know if I can just drive through and not stop and check. But if I stop there, I might not have time to stop at my hometown. My hometown is, again, the charity shops there aren't great, but every now and then you find something decent. So we'll see. We'll drive and we'll see what I decide. Right, so I finished in Sudbury. To get home, I have to drive through Halstead. So I went to Halstead. Halstead's is a little town. There's only a handful of charity shops there. It's always done me well. I've always found good stuff there. More and more lately, it's not. So I'm going there less and less, I'm going to be honest. But as I'm going through, I like to go to Lidl there as well. So as I'm going through, may as well stop and have a quick look. Glad I did. Found a couple of decent things. Paid up a little bit for both of them, but good items nonetheless. Stuff that I want to be picking up at this point, because the cooler months are coming now. This is the kind of stuff I want on my store. Good quality items as well. So paying up's not necessarily always a bad thing if you're getting good quality stuff. So this is a brand I have not picked up before. This is the first item I've picked up, something I always wanted to pick up. I always have this little list of brands in my head that I'm aware of, but I've never actually found myself in the wild. So it was a good opportunity to see how this goes. It's a really nice item. I'm a bit upset it's not my size, to be honest with you. But it's this nice check shirt. Really lovely colourway with that. Nice sort of autumn winter colours. Really like that. Got the Orvis tag there, and it's a size XL, so it's way too big for me. Like, literally swamps me. But it's nice, really thick quality cotton. You can really feel it's a nice quality item. Orvis, I don't know too much about. I'm not going to pretend like I do. But it's nice, really thick quality cotton. You can really feel it's a nice quality item. Orvis, I don't know too much about. I'm not going to pretend like I do. But I'm pretty sure it's a brand of like country wear or hunting wear, or I don't know, all those sorts of things. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. Inside there's quite a nice sort of like corduroy sort of touch there. Everything about this, it just looks and feels quality. The buttons, everything. So I paid, it was in St Helena, paid £7.50 for it. Probably about 25 quid for that, I reckon. Maybe more, maybe less, not sure. That's where I'm aiming for, I reckon, to get. But yeah, it's a really nice item, that one. I really like that one. Okay, next up, same shop. Picked up this. These are the sorts of things I do like looking and finding for in the winter. So this is a fleece. Now this, I would probably go as far as say it's a one of those micro fleeces, those micro ones. It is the quite a popular brand, Weird Fish. Now I do like to sell the, is it like the macaroni knit jumpers? I've got a few of them actually over there. They're quite often sort of thing you'll find and pick up, quite good sellers. The bigger sizes sell better. This is a medium, and it's not a waffle knit, but it's the micro fleece, I think that is what you call that. But it's a really nice colour. I really like this colour. Again, will fit me. Worst case scenario. Paid £6 for that. Yep, £6 for that. So again, with these sorts of things, you're probably looking at a good £25, maybe 30 for that. If it was a bigger size, maybe it would be the sort of more 30 mark. But I'm quite happy that I'll get somewhere around the £25 mark for that. Really nice colour. And I'm getting more into the fleecy sort of things actually in the winter as well. So again, I might keep it. But the purpose of this is to sell, not for me to keep. I mean, it is good because I'm somewhat saving money by finding cheap and good clothing to wear from the charity shops. But the purpose of this is to sell. Because I'll pay that electric bill, especially in October. Wow. Don't know how we're all going to survive. But anyway, right. So then I drove back to my hometown where I live and quickly whizzed around the charity shops there. Late in the day, a couple of them were shut because of time. One of them was shut just because it just seems to be shut till September for some bizarre reason. But I went to Sue Ryder first there and I found this interesting item. There's a couple of other bits in there, Adidas bits. There was like a vest top with matching shorts, £3 each for the vest and the shorts, £6 total. I felt like I wanted to get it, but I stopped myself. I've got to find this balance of sourcing. I don't just buy everything because it's Adidas or whatever. I just thought like £6 for a vest and shorts at the end of summer was probably not the best thing to invest money into. But I did pick this up because I found this quite interesting. So I'm going to have to get this listed pretty quick because it is, I would say, a more of a summery shirt. But I really like this. And actually, I think this was a size. I'll look for the size in a minute. The tag says big dogs on there. Now, I researched this and come up with a couple of things. I found some shirts ranging in and around the £50 mark for this. I didn't find this exact design anywhere on there, but I think it's really nice because look, you've got the dog in the canoe. It's really jazzy. It kind of looks like a painting, kind of like a Hawaiian shirt. Probably a bit big for me. Really liked it, but it was only £2.25. Sue Ryder's a pretty good shop in my town because it's pretty cheap, but they go through just long periods of not having anything that's any good, and then all of a sudden, wow, there's a couple of good things in there, and you grab them. But yeah, I do like that shop. Nice cheap prices on their clothing, and I thought it was worth taking a punt on that. I think it's quite a unique item. Definitely, I think definitely some good money in it. Like I said, I found some shirts in there around £50 on eBay for this brand. Will I get £50? I don't know. I wouldn't like to say I get £50 for the sake of this video. Maybe we'll go £30, just to be safe and sort of conservative. Right. Next up, so I stopped off at Cancer Research, didn't get anything there. There was nothing in there at all that was even remotely interesting, and I find them quite expensive also. I then went to Farley Hospice. Again, this is a shop that for long periods of time they don't have anything, and then you find something really cool. Would I say this is really cool? No, it's all right. It is Superdry. Superdry is one of those brands that supermarkets. Superdry is one of those brands that charity shops love to price up. I don't know why. I don't think it's a particularly great brand myself. It's not something I would wear, but I really like the colour of this shirt. Now, super dry check shirts, I've been picking these up quite a lot throughout the previous winter and the summer, and I've been selling them quite often. Some for around the sort of £15 mark, and some as high as £25 to £30. It depends, I think, on the colour, because it's this exact same model of this shirt. Now, bigger sizes are better. So this has got two good things going for it. This shirt is an extra, extra large, and the colourway. I think the purple and blue, very unique. So I'm going to push high on this one. I'll probably list it for something somewhere between 30, 35, maybe. I think 35 is really pushing it. Probably will sell for about 25. Yeah, I'm hopeful of getting 25 for that. Yeah, really nice colourway, but again, nowhere near my size, so I won't be keeping that one. And the last item. So this one is a bit of a punt, I'm not going to lie. It's a massive punt. I got this in the British Heart Foundation, which was the last shop I got to go in of the day. Now, British Heart Foundation, as I said earlier, is generally the most expensive charity shop in any town in the country. My one is definitely no exception. So it was £6. It's a cycling jersey, but this one is a Scotland one. Now, the brand, it's new with tags. The brand I don't know anything about. Global Sports Gear. No idea of the brand. Don't know if it's any good. But cycling is very popular. And I've had a cycling jersey recently which had like the map of London on it, which I sold for good money, bought from the same shop as well, actually. But again, it's got the flag on the back there again as well, and it says Scotland down the arms. So my logic with this was that even if the brand's not good, it's new with tags. It's a cycling jersey, cycling's popular, and if you're Scottish who cycles, Scottish people are very patriotic, I think. So someone seeing this with the whole Scotland flag on there and everything might think, wow, yeah, I really want that, and just buy it. So conservatively, we're going to say about £20 for that. I reckon could be a bit more, maybe 20 more, 25. But conservatively, we will say 20 on that. So what did I learn about today's charity shop run? I can't depend on charity shops. I've got to find another way of sourcing. Potentially get to some boot sales at some point. That is probably what I'm going to have to do. Vintage's been a good way of getting stuff for me as well. But this stuff was all kind of bread and butter stuff. There's some interesting items, some nice items. But either what they are or what I paid for them is not going to make me massive profits. So it's just good stuff to have there to keep listing, because I like to list at least 5 items on my eBay store every day to keep that little algorithm flowing and getting the sales and my items seen. So that is very important, that you have a good supply of stock coming in. So sometimes I will buy things with less of a profit margin if I'm running low on stock. Now I've got quite a good lot of stuff there to sit in the background to list. When I do get other higher priced items in, I will list them before some of this stuff. So this stuff will kind of sit in what we call a dev pile, and I'll go to those when I'm struggling to get out and buy stuff. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please give the video a like. That would be great. Leave some comments in the comment section below. How are you finding charity shops in your area? Is it the same as what I'm finding, overpriced, or just not even finding good stuff anymore? What was the best item? What was your favourite item that I bought in this little haul today? I mean, I'm fully aware nothing was massively that interesting, to be honest with you, but let me know what you thought was the best item. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm only, at the time of filming this, only at about 30 subscribers, so it would be great to get some more. So yeah, if you enjoy my videos, or you found my videos somehow, yeah, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll know when I upload a new video. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll see you hopefully in the next video. Take it easy.